Soccer. We're back here live at Texan Drive Stadium, and we got a big deal tonight. The battle line of 59, we got Porter and Duquesne kicking off this brand new state-of-the-art facility. And like everywhere, you know, you look around in Memorial Hermann Northeast, you know, these guys are out everywhere, every youth field, every high school field, and it's just unbelievable what they do and the way they give back to the community. And I'm very fortunate to have a partnership with them, with Texan Live, and them to help support us, because we do camps, we do a lot of different things, and it's neat to have somebody of their magnitude that actually supports what we're doing. So with that said, I have the person that coordinates a lot of the things from Memorial Hermann. Vivian, tell us a little bit about what y'all have going on and what the future is.
Thanks for having us, Bert. First of all, we do a number of things and are really pleased to be involved with both New Caney ISD, Humble ISD, as well as Texan Drive. For the kids in those districts, as well as at your camp, we provide Saturday morning injury clinics for any athletes who are injured during football season. We provide athletic physicals for all of the school districts, middle schools and high schools. For many of the students, we provide EKG screenings for the students. We do training room rounds with both our physicians and our athletic trainers. So really excited to be part of their athletic career, high school, middle school, and
it's not just football, it's everybody. I mean, it's the school districts, and that's the important part about what y'all do.
It is. You're absolutely correct. We screen all the student athletes, from football to cheerleading to dance to swimming, ROTC at many of the schools. It's not just limited to football.
Vivian, tell us who your helper is over there.
My helper over here is Elizabeth. She is my 6-year-old swimmer.
and correct me if I'm wrong, but the Saturday clinics that you do, it goes all the way down to the younger kids, correct? If Vivian has a sore shoulder, she can go up there as well, right?
As long as they're athletes within one of the school districts surrounding us, absolutely.
Probably one of the greatest things going on right now in the Houston area, athletic-wise, is what you guys are doing on Saturday morning, without question. It's really a great thing that you do.
Thank you.
And so, with that being talked about, I'm sure you guys will see more than one of these. We're here at Doc Talk, Dr. Sean Weaver. We talked last year. And tonight we're going to talk about probably the longest running hot topic in sports right now. I think there's a hotter one running right now, but it'll die out in a week or two. But right now, I think concussions is the biggest thing in sports right now, as far as sports injuries and the things that people don't understand. They don't completely understand. People say, well, I got hit in the head when I was a kid. But now we have a way to test for that, don't we? And it's called what? The baseline test that you do before the year. Tell us something about that.
Sure. Well, the test we use, it's called Impact, and it's a computerized test that we typically test all the athletes before the season, before any injury, so we have a good idea of how their brain is functioning. And we have that as a utility. If they get hurt again, we can compare the baseline to a post-injury test.
And talk about that baseline, because sometimes you'll see an athlete get hurt, and he'll go into the locker room and he'll come back out and they'll put him back on the field. And then in the same scenario, you'll see an athlete get hurt and they'll say he's out for 6 weeks, and they left the field the same way. How does that work?
Well, if it's a head injury, they really shouldn't be back to play the same day. So it's hard to say, when you see somebody go off the field, to know exactly what's involved in that. But, the trainers at the schools here do a very good job evaluating these kids. And if there's any question, especially with head injuries, they're pulled out and they're not put back in the game the same day.
And with that being said, the trainers we have in these districts, the New Caney, the Porter, the Alderleen, without question, these people put their heart and soul into it, and they know what they're looking for, don't they?
Yeah, they do. I mean, they do a great job at the school, and it's like having a second set of eyes at school. And if they have a question, they have a direct access to us. So, I mean, it's nice to have that team to take care of these kids.
Let's say my middle schooler comes home from football practice. What are symptoms that a parent needs to be aware of possible concussion, because just because he has it doesn't mean he got laid out on the field. He could come home, do his homework, and still have a concussion.
Right, absolutely. Some of these symptoms don't appear right away, but if you're concerned and your kid took a big hit or got hit, big tackle, and they're having symptoms like headache, dizziness, blurry vision, they're feeling sick, or they're just acting different, that's when you need to get them checked out. Now, those are typical symptoms, but there are some red flags that we worry about. If your kid's having very severe headaches that don't go away, if they're vomiting, if they have a seizure or kind of loss of consciousness, those need to be seen immediately, so not to wait till the next day.
Okay, that was my question, because they always say don't let them lay down, don't let them go to sleep if you think there's a head injury. And I know I'm not going to put you on the spot, but when do you go to the doctor? I mean, the headaches and things like that, but if a kid says he's dizzy and things like that, is it best just to take precautions and go to the doctor?
Well, and that's where parents come in. They know their kids, and if they think something's wrong and they're very concerned, absolutely get them checked out that night, that day, and that gives them some peace of mind. And a lot of times the trainers have already done that evaluation, and if they're comfortable with it, they're going to tell them you can follow up the next day. But if the parents are concerned, absolutely just get them checked out.
I agree. And the baseline test now is not just done on football players. It's done on all athletes now, isn't it?
Correct, it is. So we do it across all sports. The contact and collision sports are the big ones, but we use that. It's a great tool to have to help evaluate these injuries.